Choppy and breezy today with winds reaching up to 30 kilometers an hour along the Sea of Japan coast. Also, along that area and up north into Hokkaido, rain mixed with snow, and snow. It was a really choppy day in Japan today. Welcome to Soracast for 10th of November, 2025. Hello everyone and welcome. Today was a real mixed bag as far as the weather in Japan was concerned. Heavy weather, rain, snow, all that good stuff up in Hokkaido, Sea of Japan. Variable conditions throughout. I know here in Kanto we had periods of sunshine, rain, clouds, the whole works. So, what will this week bring? Well, we do have some effect from the remnants of Typhoon 26. We will be talking about that a little later in this broadcast. Still largely variable throughout the country tonight. From about Kanto on down south, we're getting pretty much fair, partly cloudy skies this evening. However, up north, you're getting rain, snow, scattered bands of precipitation throughout the region. Tomorrow, as that low pressure starts to move further away from Japan, the chance of precipitation diminishes, but still stays persistent in Hokkaido and parts of the Sea of Japan. The precipitation will be scattered. It will not be a blanket snowfall or blanket rainfall like we saw last week. By Wednesday, high pressure starts to dominate our weather picture largely, but the remnants of Typhoon 26 will start to stir up a little bit of trouble down near Okinawa and southern Kyushu. On Thursday, this pattern will continue. The rain and snow mix will return to Hokkaido, and Typhoon 26 remnants will continue to stir up a little bit of precipitation down south. Cloudy pretty much elsewhere in the country on Thursday. And as we round out the week, high pressure will begin to dominate Japan's weather landscape. We will have fair to partly cloudy skies across most of the country, and no real chance of precipitation until the 21st. Well, actually, that's the 17th. We got a late update here on that. But until next Friday, pretty much nothing coming our way. So here's your 3-day forecast focused on major cities in Japan. Again, we're going to have variable conditions throughout Japan throughout the period. Temperatures will be more or less holding steady to their seasonal norms. I'd like to take a moment now and talk about Typhoon 26. Known elsewhere in the world as Typhoon Fung-Wong, Typhoon 26, as it has been labeled by the Japan Meteorological Agency, bubbled to life on the 3rd of November. It started out as a small little invest in the South Pacific and then started to track west, putting it right over the Philippines. It made landfall yesterday in the Philippines, and right before landfall, it reached its peak strength of 950 millibars. Now, it has since lightened up a bit. It's now about 975. It's lost a lot of the formation of its eye. But what it's going to do and why it's relevant to Japan is as it starts to track from going northwest and curves to a northeast course, it's going to go across Taiwan, and then once it goes past Taiwan, the remaining low of this storm is going to split into two. One is just going to go out into the South Pacific and fade away. The other one could affect the weather in Okinawa, southern Kyushu, and parts of Shikoku later this week. So on the afternoon of Thursday the 13th, the low that is the remnant of Typhoon 26 will begin to break up into two pieces. One of those pieces will just go and drift south and dissipate into nothingness. The other one will continue to travel east, and it will create a couple of disturbances in Japan's weather for our southern islands. And that's your Soracast for November 10th. 2025. If you like weather and science information from Japan, go ahead and stoink that like and subscribe button. We'd be happy to have you along.